morning, everyone. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet. My name is Sunny, and I'm going to be sharing a little bit of a day in my life as a stay-at-home mom, as a yoga instructor, and as someone who is trying to live low waste. It is 3:19 a.m., which is earlier than I normally wake up by quite a bit. This morning, one of my kids woke up at like 2:40 and was having a coughing fit. So it woke me up, and because she's pleasantly passed out again, but I could not sleep anymore. So now I am awake, and I figure I would just get started on my day because I usually am up by 3:30. That's when my alarm goes off, and I'm at the gym between 4 to 4:30 and working out for an hour, and then back home by like 5:45 or so. So today I figured I would just get up and stop like twirling around in bed because I can't sleep anymore. I started having a little bit of anxiety and thinking about all the things I need to do. So this morning before I go to the gym, I have about 10 or 15 minutes or so before I want to leave my house. I am drinking some water, and I am going to start making my kombucha and feeding my sourdough mixture. So that'll be my little morning before I actually go to the gym and start my day. So yeah, welcome to today's video, and I hope you like following along with this day in the life. Let's get started.
I keep a photograph in which we were in love, caught in your eyes, waiting.
So while that is making, starting to boil, I'm going to be making I'm going to be feeding my sourdough. Jeez, that hair is awful. Sorry. It's been a couple of days since I have fed it, so it's probably looking a little gnarly. I'm sorry if I'm really quiet. I'm trying to not wake up my children or husband before I go. But yeah, gotta feed my sourdough. And if you are somebody who grows your own, grows your own sourdough starter and feeds it and makes your own sourdough bread, if your sourdough ever gets to the point where it separates like this and it has a kind of gnarly looking layer, but there is not any mold, it is totally fine to use it. Scrape off that top layer and just feed it as normal. When I first started making sourdough, when it would get to this point, I would throw it away. But I've had this one for over a year, which I'm really proud of. And I just scrape it off. And you can even if you have farm animals, you can give it to them. I would not recommend throwing it away because it's a beautiful starter. There's no need to throw it. And as long as you don't see mold on it, it's totally fine. And now my alarm is going off to wake up because this is 3:30 and this is when I normally wake up in the morning. That is it. My sourdough has been fed, and I'm going to actually try to make some sourdough tonight for this weekend. So that is done, and I still have a little bit of time before my tea boils for the June. So I'm going to just work on putting away these dishes and getting the kitchen a little organized for the start of the day. Usually when I wake up, like I said, at 3:30, maybe a little bit after, and it's like, get dressed, drink water, go. But I just have a little bit of extra time today because I woke up so early, and I don't want to leave until my June is done steeping, so that when I come back it's cooled off and I'm ready to start bottling it. So I got back from the gym and I was there a little bit longer than normal, kind of ran over. I've been meeting a friend there lately, and it's been really nice working out with someone. A little different than my normal routine, and things take a little bit longer because we know we're sharing the equipment, but it was a really good workout. I got a nice sweat in, and I went to the store and I had to grab some stuff for making my June because I couldn't make my kombucha because I didn't have enough black tea. I couldn't finish making my June because I didn't have any honey. So I had to go to the store to get some honey, and now I am back. I have been up since like I said earlier, or I think I mentioned it, I've been up since 2:30 or so because of my daughter, and it is now 6, and it's only been 4 hours, but I feel pretty tired and actually pretty hungry. It's a little earlier than I normally eat, but I'm feeling really hungry, so I am going to make myself a green juice and do a little quick yoga practice, and then get my kids ready get my oldest daughter ready for school. So just wanted to check in, let you all know workout went well, and the rest of the day is only 6 and it's about to get started. It's really nice waking up so early, not necessarily 2:30 early, that's a little ridiculous, but waking up before the sun rises, even if it's like waking up at 6, it's so nice to get an hour or so to yourself to do whatever it is that you want to do to decompress and to be able to start your day on the right foot. So this morning I was able to start a few things like with my June and my sourdough. I even cut up some pineapple so that when I came back home, I could juice that along with all of the greens that I got from my garden, which I will show you what they look like. But yeah, it's nice to wake up early, and especially if you have kids, that way you have some time to breathe. But yeah, my kale and Swiss chard are just drying right now, and this is the stuff that I'm going to use to make a green juice with, as well as the pineapple, a couple of carrots, and I'm thinking about throwing in a green bell pepper and a pear, because our pear tree is starting to produce, and a lot of pears are falling. They're not ripe for eating, but they're perfect for juicing because they're more firm. So I'm going to use a pear that my daughters found yesterday and juice that. This is my current favorite breakfast right now. It is toast with cream cheese, strawberries, pecans, and a balsamic glaze. It is so good. I borrowed the recipe from one of my favorite restaurants in St. Louis, Hello Juice, and I absolutely love it. It's vibrant and filling and delicious. I am back. I just had breakfast and I was about to lay down because, like I mentioned earlier, I have been awake since like 2:30, and I am starting to really feel tired, like that afternoon sluggishness, but it's only 10:30 right now, so I'm trying to perk up. I need to go water the garden, and I figure I would take you all along to see what the garden looks like, and I'm excited to share it. It's a little bit of a mess, a little overrun, but it's still producing, so we're gonna go ahead and go out and water it. I'm hoping that it rains this weekend so we can take a break off of watering. But yeah, let's go ahead and see the garden. It's really bright outside, so I look goofy. I'm wearing this oversized brim hat that my husband got. And actually, let's say hi to my chickens. These are some of the girls. We have 10 chickens. So this is them. We're super fortunate. We're able to like use their eggs, collect their eggs and eat them. They give us a really nice bounty of farm eggs. So that's their coop. So, and this is the garden that we built when we moved here, or dug when we moved here. These are our tomato plants. We have our eggplants. 2 different varieties. This one's pretty much going out, but there's still something growing. We have beautiful bell peppers right now. Super fortunate and thankful for them. Look at that. They're supposed to turn red or yellow, but I'm probably gonna pick a few later and make a stir fry or something. But yeah, this is all peppers. This whole row. This was beets it got away from us and is now just like weeds that are growing. Didn't do a good job with that. Well, not true. We collected quite a bit of beets, and then I was supposed to plant more, and I just never got around to it, and now it's overgrown. This is our kale. We do a pretty decent job at picking it, so it's not as big and like fruitful, but we also like the leaves to be smaller. They're not as bitter. They taste better. So this is Swiss chard. We have Swiss and rainbow chard growing. And these are our peppers. We have jalapeno peppers as well as poblano peppers. Sorry, I'm not really doing a good job of showing you all this, but these are our peppers. Poblanos are doing okay. I collected a lot of them and dehydrated them for later use. I need to collect a lot of jalapenos. I'm thinking about making jalapeno jelly. I've never made it before, so we shall see. We also have some okra, and as you can see, the leaves really need water. They're in desperate need. But this is our okra. It's growing very well. This one might actually be a little too big for consumption. Okra gets very tough as it gets bigger. So actually the ones that we should pick is like this size right here. This smaller one right there. But yeah, I'm gonna water that. And then this row right here was squash. That is now gone thanks to squash bugs. And then that over there was cucumbers, same story. They died because of squash bugs. And then we have like a rogue tomato plant. I actually collected a whole bunch of tomatoes earlier in the week and made really good soup, tomato soup with it. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and water. And I thought I would show you all what the garden is looking like, especially now that the season is almost over. Things are, you know, starting to die and not produce as much bounty as we were getting, which is fine. That's how it goes. We also were growing in our other garden, a smaller one by our house. We had watermelon, pumpkin, and spaghetti squash, and those are pretty much all done thanks to the squash bugs. So we did get a few things to consume, which we were thankful for. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start watering. Lift this lever up like old school. Rogue cherry tomato, because nothing is better than biting into a cherry tomato straight from the vine. Also, I keep coming back, but we had a little, I know I mentioned that we're going to be experimenting hardcore this year with planter boxes. I'm going to take this hat off, I feel silly. Or planter boxes, container plants. So really working on growing some stuff in pots. Okay, we have some that we worked on this summer, mainly tomatoes. We bought our tomato plants this year from a nursery, and they came with more plants than we wanted to put in the garden, and I felt really bad throwing them away, so I ended up putting them in these pots, and they've done okay. I mean, they have produced some tomatoes. That one looks a little gnarly, but it's produced beautiful tomatoes. But now the key is being able to plant some tomatoes and getting them to fruit in the wintertime. Good job. Finally got around to making my green juice, so I'm going to be taking a little sip of this and packaging the rest of it away for my daughters later. It's kind of like a really funky green. It's not sexy. It's not vibrant like a traditional green juice is, but that's because it has Swiss chard in it, and whenever I add Swiss chard to a juice, it just comes out looking like murky swamp water. So super appetizing, but also, I mean, it's pretty dank. It's really good. Lots of pineapple in there, carrot. It's good stuff. It is about 1:30 and I still have not showered, wearing my gym clothes. I'm gross. And I'm making some really amazing pumpkin cookies right now. Right here. And these pumpkin cookies are made with the pumpkins from our garden. So I feel pretty lucky and super excited. They're really, really good. It's actually a recipe that I got like 5 or 6 years ago from a friend of my brother-in-law, and she got the recipe from Lauren Conrad. So it's like really random, but I make these cookies every fall because they are so good. But this is the first year that I'm making them with pumpkin from our pumpkins, the ones that we grew. So that's really cool. And I wanted to like hop on here real quick because whenever I like did my pumpkin big harvest and did all the preparing of it, like scooping the seeds out and baking the seeds and preparing the pumpkin to freeze, I put them in these plastic bags, which is super wasteful. But I put them in those plastic bags, and I am officially a grandma because I wash them out and I reuse them. I don't know if anybody else grew up with their grandparents or mom or dad using or reusing plastic bags and like being super annoyed by it because you're like, or at least when I was little, I was thinking, why can't we just use new bags? Why can't we just use new bags? New bags. I am now a grandma because I reuse the same bag. I don't care. Save the environment. Just wanted to say, if you're using plastic, make it multi-use as much as you can. I just finished teaching my yoga class and I am so tired. It's actually insane. I did not take a nap today. And it's been kind of a busy day, and I'm really ready for bed. I'm gonna go to bed and the sun's still gonna be out, and I'm okay with it.